Early retirement can be a reality. As the world changes and life expectancy increases, most of us have started to expect to work well into our 60s and maybe even 70s. But what if you don't want to work into your golden years? Early retirement might seem like a dream, but there are simple steps you can follow to achieve it. Stay tuned for the moves you need to take. 1. Rely on yourself. Let's face it, a comfortable early retirement is not just going to happen naturally. As the population gets older, many governments are raising the age at which you can claim your state pension. If you want to stop work early, you should make plans to do it with your own money. Anything else should be considered a bonus. 2. Be realistic about your goals. Early retirement is a luxury in itself. When making your retirement plan, be realistic about what it means for you and maybe give up on the dreams of a yacht and a penthouse. Setting yourself unachievable goals will only set you up for failure. 3. Make a plan and crunch the numbers to determine what sort of income you need to give up work completely. Ask tough questions. How much luxury are you expecting? Will you want to travel? Have you taken insurance and care into account? Once you have these figures, you can set out a roadmap for saving and investing. 4. Start saving. The obvious place to start getting ready for an early retirement is to save as much as you can while you are still in work. Having a healthy pot of savings will make things easier down the line, and smooth over income cracks you might have in retirement, but be aware that savings alone will not get you there. 5. Be prepared to make some tough choices. Many younger people feel locked out of the housing ladder and trapped in jobs that are going nowhere. And while these concerns might be legitimate, young people are also more likely to spend their money on experiences rather than saving it. To retire early, you will have to make some tough choices and may have to live more frugally in your youth. That might mean less seeing the world and more saving. 6. Invest when you're young. Investment success relies on 3 simple factors: how much you invest, how much your investments grow, and the amount of time you invest for. That means start investing early, taking risks in your youth and investing as much as possible. Investing doesn't have to be complicated or intimidating. There are plenty of companies offering easy-to-understand platforms where you can get started. Money blogger Peter Adeni, also known as Mr. Money Mustache, retired at 30, and his advice is think of money as something to invest, not something to spend. 7. Compound interest is your best friend. Compound interest is the big name for a simple concept. Any interest that you make on an invested amount will itself earn interest in the future. Still confused? Try this. Susan invests $100 at 3% interest a year. That means that in her second year, Susan will have $103 invested, assuming interest remains the same. In the third year, Susan will have $106.90, and the year after that she'll have $110.11, and so on and so forth. 8. Start early. Compound interest also means that sometimes when you start saving is more important how much you save. For example, our friend Susan starts saving at the age of 25, whereas her buddy Pete doesn't get going until 35. Even if they save the same amount each year, Susan will save 33% more over her career than Pete will. But compound interest means she will end up with almost double what he gets. Start early, and be consistent. It pays off. 9. Monitor your finances. Even if you have a plan, and you are saving and investing, it can all go down the drain if you are not constantly on top of your income and outgoings. Interest rates can fluctuate wildly over the years. Stocks peak and trough, and the value of assets can change too. Make sure you periodically calculate your net worth. This calculator is helpful to make sure you are on track for your desired retirement and make adjustments as you go. 10. keep fixed costs down. Being serious about retiring early is all about putting as much of your income to work while you are still working. That means being clever with how much you pay for your fixed costs, cutting down the amount you spend on living costs, and switching service providers to get cheaper deals can help you cut down your costs. 11. Start making some sacrifices. Let's be realistic. Short of winning the lottery, the only way you will retire early is through hard work, clever finances and sacrifice. Start with small cuts. Give up your daily latte. At the end of the month, calculate how much you've saved and pop it on the bank. You'll be surprised how much cash you're drinking away. Then go on from there. Sean, also known as the Money Wizard, says, just because your friends enjoy spending lavishly on clothes, doesn't mean it's for you. So get a grip on your spending. 12. Diversify your income. A key tip for retiring early is diversifying your income. That is, making sure you have more than one source of income when you give up work for good. You might want to consider investing for income as a good way to supplement your cash. That means opting for an investment strategy that will give you a steady and predictable income. 13. Mind the fees. Another golden rule of investing: be mindful of what fees you agree to pay. A $100,000 investment portfolio with a 1% ongoing fee will be worth $30,000 less over 20 years than the same portfolio with a 0.25% fee, according to calculations from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Sometimes fees are inevitable, but modern technology and the rise of cheaper self-investing platforms mean that you have choice. 14. Take the right risks. Make sure you are investing with the right level of risk. If you are a 25-year-old planning on retiring at 45, you can afford to take risks that a 40-year-old planning on retiring at 45 can't. Taking too little risk can cost you thousands in returns, but similarly too much risk can cost you in losses. It's a delicate balancing act. 15. Resist the herd mentality. FOMO, otherwise known as fear of missing out, is the tendency to do things that our peers are doing. Buying a new phone, or even a house, because it feels like something you are supposed to do rather than something that you need or want to do, can set you back from your goal. Getting a big mortgage when your retirement goal is to travel the world can be the wrong decision, but it could be right for your friend who just wants to retire in the countryside with a big family. Resist the FOMO and make thoughtful decisions. 16. And be happy with less. Saving and cutting costs are vital, but equally important is a mindset where you are happy with less. It takes a lot of strength to see your friends in big houses and driving expensive cars. When you choose to live in a small apartment and ride a bike, be confident you've made the right decision for you. Joe and Ali Olsen retired in their early 30s with $1 million in the bank. They told the Financial Independence podcast, "For us, financial independence was really easy to get because we were happy just living in our fairly small place, and eating at home, and just being efficient with how we spent money.